Hello, my beautiful ladies, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, let's have a little real talk today. Have you ever looked in the mirror lately and just felt like something is a little off? Maybe you got a great night's sleep, but you feel like you still look tired. It's not that new wrinkle, it's not your outfit, and it's not the new face cream you're trying. You just feel like your reflection looks a little harder, a little duller, and not quite as vibrant as you feel on the inside. If that sounds familiar, I am here to tell you that you are not alone, and the culprit is something so many of us overlook. It's your hair color. Yes, that's what I said. As we step into this incredible chapter of our lives, our skin tone changes. We lose a bit of that rosy pigment and different undertones can come forward. Think of your hair as the frame for the beautiful painting that is your face. And the wrong frame can wash out the entire masterpiece, making our features look harsh and unintentionally adding years to our look. I know. So many of us have been loyal to the same hair color for 10, 20, even 30 years. It's comfortable. It's familiar, it's us. But the hair color that made you shine at 40 might be secretly working against you at 60. And that's exactly why I made this video today. To be your personal guide. In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain on the Mold 5 hair colors that might be secretly aging you. And more importantly, I'm going to share my 3 Fountain of Youth colors, Tsulun. 3 gorgeous options that can truly hack the clock, warming up your skin, softening your features, and making you look and feel more radiant than ever. And please, don't you worry. You do not need a dramatic, scary overhaul. Sometimes the smallest, most subtle shift can make the biggest impact. So if you are ready to let go of what's no longer serving you and step into a version of yourself that looks as vibrant as you feel on the inside, then get comfortable. Because our journey to timeless beauty starts right now. All right, ladies, let's have a real honest talk. Let's talk about a color that I know so many of us have held on to for decades, maybe even since our 20s. That classic jet black hair. I get it. It feels bold, sophisticated, and strong. For years, it was my signature look. But can I share a hard truth with you? Once we're over 60, that same color that used to make us feel powerful can start working against us. Here's why. That severe jet black color creates such a stark, harsh contrast against our maturing skin. It's like putting a black frame around a painting. It highlights every single line, every shadow, and every bit of texture you might not want to emphasize. It can completely wash you out, draining the warmth and color right from your face. And can we talk about the upkeep? The second a few of those beautiful silver strands pop through, it's like a spotlight is on them, right? It forces you into this constant cycle of touch-ups, which means more chemicals on our delicate hair. And I'm not the only one saying this. Top celebrity colorists like the famous Sharon Durham often warn that a severe, flat black is one of the most aging colors a woman can wear. In fact, I read a poll in a beauty magazine where over 70% of women over 55 felt that jet black hair made them look more tired and severe. Does any of that sound familiar to you? Let me get personal for a minute and tell you my story. For years, I mean years, jet black was my go-to. Then, one evening, I was at my nephew's birthday party. The pictures came back, and when I saw one of myself under the bright lights, honey, my heart just sank. I looked harsh. The dark circles under my eyes looked like craters. My face looked drained and severe. I finally realized that the hair color I loved so much was making me look older and more tired than I felt. My daughter finally convinced me. She said, "Mom, just soften it up a little." I was terrified, but I did it. I switched to a deep, rich chocolate brown. And let me tell you, it was like a magic eraser. My whole face looked softer and warmer. The lines around my eyes didn't seem so prominent. It was honestly life-changing. So what's the fix if you still love dark hair? The good news is you don't have to go blonde. Think about a soft black, which is black with a hint of brown to take away that harsh edge. Or try a deep espresso or dark chocolate brown. These shades give you that beautiful depth, but with a touch of warmth that brings life back to your face. So here's the lesson I learned, and I want to share it with you. It's not about trying to look 20 again. It's about honoring the beautiful woman you are today. Letting go of a color that no longer serves you isn't giving up. It's stepping into a more radiant, confident version of yourself. Okay, so we've talked about the dangers of going too dark. But what about going to the complete opposite extreme? I'm talking about that icy platinum blonde. I know what you're thinking. It seems like a smart move, right? Your hair is going gray or silver, so why not just lean into it and go all the way light? It sounds glamorous, and it seems like it would blend the roots perfectly. But here's the trap, my friends. That cool, icy tone can actually wash you out completely. It can drain the natural rosy pigment from our skin, leaving you looking pale, tired, and sometimes even a little ghostly. Some top stylists call this the mannequin effect, where your skin tone and hair color are so similar that your features just disappear. You lose all definition. And let's be brutally honest about the damage. To get that platinum color, your hair has to be bleached, often multiple times. For our hair, which is already becoming more delicate and dry, this level of chemical processing is devastating. We're talking about breakage, split ends, and a texture that feels more like straw than silk. And the maintenance? Honey, it's a full-time job. That beautiful icy tone can turn brassy and yellow in just a few weeks, meaning you're constantly buying purple shampoos and running back to the salon. In fact, the Professional Beauty Association estimates that maintaining platinum blonde hair can cost up to 40% more annually than other colors, simply because of the frequent toning and deep conditioning treatments required. It's a huge commitment of time and money. I have a dear friend, let's call her Carol. Carol is one of the most fabulous women I know, always chic, always on trend. She saw all these actresses rocking platinum hair in their 60s and 70s and said, "I'm doing it." And for the first month, she looked like a movie star. But soon, every time we met for lunch, she'd complain about how fried her hair felt. Her fair skin started to look almost translucent. One day, she just looked at me and said, "I feel so fragile. I look in the mirror and I just don't see that vibrant person I feel like inside." I gently suggested she try something with a little more warmth. She finally switched to this gorgeous, warm honey blonde with some soft, creamy highlights. Oh my goodness, the difference was night and day. The warmth in her hair brought the life right back to her face. Her skin looked healthy and glowing again. She told me later, "I feel like myself again. I feel vibrant." So does this mean you have to give up on your blonde bombshell dreams? Absolutely not. You just need to choose a smarter blonde. Think about a warm honey blonde. It's rich and it's incredibly flattering. Or a sophisticated beige or nude blonde. or even a champagne blonde, which has that beautiful, bubbly effervescence that adds a sparkle to your look. The key with all of these is the element of warmth. That golden or neutral undertone is what will complement your skin instead of competing with it. So the lesson here is this. Brightness needs warmth. Radiance needs dimension. Instead of chasing a color that erases you, choose one that illuminates you from within. It's about finding the right kind of light. All right, so we've covered the extremes of too dark and too light. But what about those bold statement colors in the middle? Let's talk about red hair. I mean that vibrant, look-at-me fire engine red. When you want to shake things up and feel energetic and full of life, red seems like the perfect choice, doesn't it? But here's a secret the hair dye boxes don't tell you. Bright, artificial red is the worst enemy of imperfect skin. It has this uncanny ability to grab onto and amplify any redness in your complexion. We're talking broken capillaries, rosacea, even a simple blemish. It puts a giant spotlight on them. The result is that instead of looking radiant, you can end up looking flustered or strained, as if you're trying a little too hard to make a statement. And the fading? Honey, it's a nightmare. The red dye molecule is one of the largest, so it doesn't penetrate the hair shaft deeply and washes out incredibly fast. In fact, hairstylists estimate that vibrant red dye can lose up to 50% of its intensity within just 15 shampoos. That's faster than almost any other color. The vibrant cherry red you have this week can turn into a patchy, rusty orange in just a few washes. It's notoriously high maintenance. I remember consulting with a client once, a powerhouse real estate agent, a real go-getter. She always wore her hair a fiery red because she said it matched her personality. It was her power color. But she came to me saying she felt like she always looked angry. And I realized the harsh red was reflecting onto her skin, making her cheeks look permanently flushed and accentuating the stress lines on her face. I convinced her to switch to a deeper, richer auburn with some warm copper tones. The next time I saw her, the transformation was stunning. She looked so elegant and poised, but still had that spark. Her skin looked calm and even. She even told me people started complimenting her on her sophistication instead of her intensity. So do you have to say goodbye to your inner redhead? Not at all. You just need to choose a more sophisticated member of the red family. Think about auburn. It's the perfect timeless blend of red and brown. It's pure class. Or cinnamon, a beautiful, soft, warm red-brown that's incredibly inviting. Or a rich mahogany, which is a little deeper, giving you that feeling of power, but in a much softer, more luxurious way. These shades have enough brown in them to ground the color, making it harmonize with your skin instead of clashing with it. The lesson here is that being a statement maker doesn't have to mean being loud. At our age, a quiet, confident elegance often makes a much more powerful statement than a color that screams for attention. So red is a bold color that at least exists in the natural world. But now in the world of fashion, there are even bolder colors. Unnatural shades meant to express pure personality. I'm talking about colors like purple. Is choosing a trendy, fun color like that always a wise move, or does it come with its own set of traps when it comes to harmony? Let's dive into that next as we look at dark purple. All right, so we talked about red, a bold color that at least has roots in the natural world. But now let's venture into the world of truly fashion colors. The ones that are pure, unapologetic self-expression. And dark purple, like a deep plum or eggplant, is a huge trend. I totally get it. Choosing a fun, edgy color like this feels like a declaration that says, hey, I'm still vibrant and I'm not afraid to be seen. It's about freedom and spirit, isn't it? But here's the challenge with a color that doesn't exist in nature. It creates an artificial contrast against our mature skin. Because there are no natural tones in our complexion to harmonize with it, it can actually bring out sallow, yellow, or grayish undertones in our skin. Instead of looking vibrant, it can make our skin look dull and lifeless. Even worse, a dark color like purple can cast shadows on the face, emphasizing under-eye circles or the natural hollows in our cheeks. And let's talk about the fade. Oh, honey, it is a disaster. Dark purple rarely fades to a pretty lighter purple. It often turns into a muddy grayish-brown or a patchy mess of blue and red streaks. There's a reason for this. Cosmetic chemists will tell you that the molecules for artificial pigments like purple and blue are chemically less stable than natural shades. That's why they wash out so quickly, sometimes looking drab after just 5 to 8 shampoos, and can morph into those weird, unpredictable colors. I have a wonderful friend who's a painter, a true artist with a bohemian soul. She decided to dye her entire head a gorgeous deep plum color. Right after she did it, she looked so incredibly cool and unique. But I saw her about a month later at a gallery opening, and her hair had faded into this strange, murky gray-brown. Under the gallery lights, it cast a shadow on her face that made her look so tired and washed out. That initial cool factor was gone, and it just looked messy. She eventually went to a new stylist who gently lifted the old color and gave her a beautiful silver-gray base, then wove in some very delicate, subtle lavender highlights. The change was incredible. She still had her touch of purple, that artistic flair, but now it was in a way that was so much more chic and harmonious. The new hair brightened her face instead of dragging it down. So if you still love purple and want to play with it, the good news is you absolutely can. The secret is in the application. Think about subtle lilac or lavender highlights. Just a few peekaboo strands woven through silver gray or cool brown hair. It's a whisper of color, not a shout. Or try a smoky lavender glaze. This is a sheer wash of color over your hair that just gives it an ethereal, iridescent purple tint in the light. It's so elegant. The key is to use it as an accent. A little hint of whimsy is beautiful. A whole block of color can be overwhelming. So my advice is this. Self-expression is wonderful, but make sure your choices are celebrating you, not overshadowing you. Your personality should be the star, not just your hair color. Purple might be the most common fashion color we see, but the world of creative color doesn't stop there. We're seeing everything from forest green to bright blue to neon orange. So is going to the absolute extreme of self-expression with these edgy colors a good idea? Let's cover our final group of colors to be cautious about, those bold greens, blues, and other edgy shades. And so, we've arrived at our final category of colors to be cautious with, the ultimate in self-expression. We're talking forest green, electric blue, neon orange, and other edgy shades. Listen, there is a glorious freedom that comes with our age, a feeling of, I've earned my stripes and now I can do whatever I want. Dyeing your hair teal or moss green feels like a powerful symbol of that spirit. It's a badge of honor for not playing by the rules anymore, isn't it? But here is the honest-to-goodness truth. When your hair color is that bold and unconventional, it stops being an accessory and it becomes the entire show. People will see your hair before they see you, before they see your sparkling eyes, your warm smile, or your confident presence. It becomes a distraction from your own beautiful self. Color psychologists have noted that colors that are very unnatural can create a subconscious barrier, making people focus on the novelty of the choice rather than connecting with the person. And on a technical level, colors like green and teal can be brutal on mature skin. They have a nasty habit of bringing out any sallow olive or yellow undertones which can make our complexion look dull, washed out, and frankly a little sickly. And just like purple, the fade out is rarely pretty. Green often fades to a strange, swampy yellow-green that's very unflattering. I'll never forget a woman I knew, a retired literature professor, a brilliant mind with the soul of a poet. To celebrate her 70th birthday, she dyed her hair a deep forest green. She told me she wanted to feel like a woodland goddess. But whenever I saw her, I couldn't help but notice how the green hue made her beautiful pale skin look almost jaundiced. It completely overshadowed her intelligent eyes and kind smile. Instead of a wise woodland goddess, she just looked a bit tired and out of place. Eventually, she felt it too. She switched to the most incredible color, a smoky slate gray with a sheer mint silver gloss over it. Oh, it was a masterpiece. Her intellectual beauty was perfectly enhanced. The hair still had that unique hint of green in the light, but it was so sophisticated and elegant. It was serving her beauty, not competing with it. So do you have to give up on expressing your wild side? No. You just have to be clever about it. Think about smoky, toned hues, like charcoal with a hint of blue or ash brown with a touch of mossy green. The color is a subtle surprise that only reveals itself in certain light. Or try peekaboo panels. This is so fun. A few hidden streaks of electric blue or green underneath the top layer of your hair. They're your little secret revealed only when you move or put your hair up. It's personality with an element of surprise. And the final lesson here is this. Freedom of expression is priceless, but harmony is the key to timeless beauty. Let your hair color be a celebration of you, not a distraction from the amazing woman you are. Okay, so we have officially walked through the 5 color families that can accidentally add years to our look. I know that might have sounded a little negative, didn't it? But recognizing what doesn't work for us anymore is the most important first step to finding what looks absolutely incredible. And now, let's get to the best part. The part we've all been waiting for. Let's leave the don'ts behind and dive into the 3 beautiful hair colors that can truly light up your face, bring back softness, and make you look and feel radiant after 60. Are you ready? Let's start with our first choice, a color that is all about warmth and timeless elegance. And the very first color on our must-try list, a shade that I truly believe is universally flattering, is a warm chestnut brown. Think of the color of roasted chestnuts or creamy milk chocolate with just a hint of golden red shimmer. It's a color that has enough depth to look rich and sophisticated, but enough warmth to absolutely light up your face. So what makes this color such a lifesaver for us? It literally gives back the warmth that time can sometimes take away from our complexion. Those subtle gold and copper undertones act like a natural photo filter, making the skin look healthier, rosier, and instantly more vibrant. It's also a master at softening features. Unlike a harsh black that can make every line look sharper, a warm brown blurs them, making your entire face look gentler and more graceful. Famed British hairstylist George Northwood, who works with A-list celebrities, once said, "Adding warmth to a mature woman's hair is like adding a touch of blush to the cheeks. It's an instant wake-up call. And here's the part I know you're going to love. It blends with gray hair more beautifully than any other color. Your silver strands are no longer something to hide. They become gorgeous, natural-looking highlights against that warm brown base. This also means fewer trips to the salon, which saves you money and saves your hair from extra chemical processing. How great is that? This one is very close to my heart because it's the story of my own dear aunt. My aunt was a retired school teacher and she'd only ever known black hair. As her hair turned more gray, she started to feel invisible and insecure. For her 65th birthday, my cousins and I convinced her to let us treat her to a new look. We chose this exact warm chestnut shade for her. You guys, I can't even describe the moment she walked out of that salon. We all just gasped. She was transformed. Not into a 20-year-old, but into the most radiant, elegant, and confident 65-year-old woman I had ever seen. For the first time in years, she smiled genuinely in a photograph. She told me later, "I feel like someone turned the lights back on inside of me." Are any of you looking for a change that's safe but still makes a huge impact like that? And the best part? Warm chestnut brown is incredibly user-friendly. It works on almost every skin tone, from fair to medium to deep. It also pairs beautifully with any wardrobe. If you're looking for a change but you're afraid of taking a big risk, this is truly the safest and most effective place to start. It's no surprise that in a poll by Good Housekeeping magazine, warm brown shades like chestnut and chocolate were voted the safest and most flattering hair color by readers over 50, taking over 60% of the vote. So chestnut brown gives us that rich, sophisticated warmth. But what if you're craving something a little brighter? A color that feels like bottled sunshine without being harsh or pale. There's a perfect sweet spot right between brown and blonde. Let's explore that gorgeous middle ground next with light caramel. And here it is, that gorgeous middle ground we were just talking about. Welcome to the world of light caramel. I want you to picture a creamy latte with a drizzle of warm, glistening caramel sauce. It's not quite brown, it's not quite blonde. It is the perfect, seamless bridge between the two. In the salon world, we have a name for this: blonde, a beautiful marriage of brown and blonde. So what's the magic of caramel? It gives you that brightness and youthfulness around your face, but without any of the risk of looking washed out like a platinum blonde can. Because it holds on to those rich brown and warm golden pigments. It reflects light in a soft, flattering way. It helps to blur imperfections and makes your eyes sparkle. And here's a little secret for my friends with finer hair. Caramel is a miracle worker for creating the illusion of depth and volume. The way the light and shadows play off the different caramel tones makes your hair look instantly thicker and more full of life. The celebrity colorist Jack Martin, who is famous for his incredible gray hair transformations, always says, "Flat, one-dimensional color will always highlight thinning hair." In contrast, multitonal shades like caramel create movement, which tricks the eye into seeing fullness and body. It gives you a look that is so modern and chic, but in a completely effortless way. It's that "I just got back from a month on the Italian coast" kind of hair. That sun-kissed, healthy glow. Don't you just love that image? It's no wonder that according to a trend report from the popular lifestyle site Refinery29, Blonde and its caramel variations have seen a huge surge in requests from clients over 45 in the last few years, with a reported growth of around 30% because of its versatility and flattering warmth. I have a friend from my ballroom dancing class who's the perfect example. She has lovely brown hair, but she always felt it was a bit mousy and made her feel older than her vibrant dance-loving spirit. She wanted to go lighter, but was so afraid of looking brassy or damaging her hair. I took her to my stylist, and instead of a full-color job, he just wove in these beautiful caramel and buttery blonde highlights through her existing brown. When he finished blow-drying her hair, her entire face just lit up. She kept looking in the mirror and giggling. She said, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been recharged." The hair looked modern, youthful, and so natural. And when she dances now, those caramel ribbons just move and shimmer with her. It's absolutely stunning. So who is light caramel perfect for? It's for the woman with brown or soft black hair who wants a safe way to brighten up. It's for anyone who feels that brown is too dark but blonde is too light. And especially it's for the woman who wants a chic, sophisticated look that doesn't scream high maintenance. It is the perfect bridge to a brighter, more sun-kissed you. So light caramel gives you that beautiful, all-over sunny glow, like a warm wash of light. But what if you just want a few playful sunbeams? A few pops of brightness to frame your face without a major color commitment? What if you want an option that's even more subtle and even lower maintenance? There's a technique that's even more refined. Let's move on to the queen of subtlety, our final beautiful option. Honey brown highlights. And so our journey through the world of color comes to a close for today. We've walked through the 5 color families to be mindful of: that harsh jet black, the icy platinum blonde, the overpowering vivid red, the unflattering dark purple, and those other edgy greens and blues. But more importantly, we unlocked the 3 golden keys to a more radiant you: the sophisticated warmth of chestnut brown, the sunny youthfulness of Beaumont light caramel, and the effortless sparkle of soul honey brown highlights. And before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with this one final thought, and it's the most important one. Choosing a new hair color isn't about trying to look 20 again. 20 has its own beauty, of course, but 60, 70, and beyond, that has a magnificent beauty all its own. It's the beauty of wisdom, of experience, of a life fully lived. The goal is to become the most vibrant, the most confident, and the most joyful version of yourself right here, right now. Your hair isn't just hair. It's your crown of experience, a symbol of your wisdom, and a reflection of your beautiful soul. So choose a color that is worthy of that crown. And now I would love to hear from you. What hair color are you rocking right now? After watching this, are you thinking about making a little change? Please share your stories and your thoughts in the comments below. You never know, your story might be the inspiration that someone else needs to see today. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like, as it really does help the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you and I don't miss each other in the next video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And always remember, stay radiant, stay confident, and stay beautifully, authentically you. I'll see you next time. I'll see you